Perrine Porch. We're back at it again. I'm Devolante.
And I'm Londa. And you are sipping with sisters on Perrine Porch. Again, we are actually on the porch. And the topic we're talking about today, Tony, Devolante, remind me of the topic.
We are talking about overparenting. Last episode 13, we talked about unparenting. Let's talk about us parents that do too much. Me included.
Exactly.
So, sis, who do you think do too much between the two of us? Be honest.
Be honest, I think you.
I don't know if she's going to say that. And why you say I do too much? Kind of give me the smell.
I'm going to get, okay, because, you always, the tag games, making the time to go to tag games and making the time for Ted to do this, and you find the money to do that, and you spend hours with the prepping the food.
And what she
for her
right.
for a week a week of prepping her food, so she can have that and make it easier for her. So just to name a few, but I'm sure you could say a lot more. But yeah, I feel like you definitely overparent.
Yeah, I do.
Because you always you definitely gonna find a means of a way for Tat. If you getting a little bit to where you making her try to find it, but you definitely gonna step in if she take too long.
Girl, that's it. That patience is the key, because you can do it so much better, so much faster. So a lot of it take us time. We just don't want to wait for our kids to get it, because we know how to do it. So we want to just jump in and get it done. We try not to make them suffer so much, but Lord knows I do need to pull back. But yes, sis, I always been doing too much. I mean, I get to a point to where, I had it even when she was little. I had down to what barrette she was gonna wear each day of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Y'all parents. Now look at yourself. Look at your kids' closet. If they clothes organized on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I had it down to the drawers. Yes, and she almost tried to take them to college. Yes, my child tried to take the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday drawers to college. I did pull back on that one, so I did take them away and hide them and get some adult underwear. But yeah, I do too much. But you know what? In doing that, and I found we hurt our kids. We hurt our kids. Just it puts us in the same place almost as the ones that unparent. When you over too much, because you don't let them make mistakes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm facing with. I don't allow my son to make a lot of mistakes, because he had, but I've always been that puller. Always been, when he made the mistakes, I'm always right there. So he continued to be like, oh, I can still take chances, because I know my mom's always gonna be right there. So that's one thing I'm trying to learn not to do as much. Slowly trying to get him away from that, because, not be honest, my son is getting older. My son is 26, so it's time for him to really start figuring this thing out. Because unfortunately, if I keep on being right there as soon as he falls, he gonna be, before I know it, he gonna be 30 still trying to figure his way out, and then I'm gonna have myself to blame if I can't get rid of him out of my house by that time. Exactly, because he's like, oh, I don't know about getting my own place. I don't know about staying with nobody else. How they gonna be this and that and that and that? And I'm like, what am I doing? At the end of the day, because he still got his ideology like he's supposed to be here for forever, pretty much. So it's like, I need to get him a little bit more, stop being right there. Yep. And let him really start to fall and really start to figure this thing out called life. So I can eventually have a life.
That's it.
Because if not, boy, I can just see me being old and him still being here, and we just like, oh my,
instead of having y'all cat together.
Exactly. So
but yeah, and I know my pivotal moment came because I'm the parent that I'm gonna find a way. Like if you say you have to, I can't, like my daughter's very active in sports, you know, those us travel parents, you know who we are. When you get that summer schedule, you want to just pass the hell out. Because that summer travel schedule ain't no joke when it involves out of state. Because you got hotel fees, you got this fee, you got that fee. And not to mention the fee you got to pay to go into the tournament. But I'm that parent. I'm going to figure it out. But my epiphany came, my daughter started asking for these high-end requests. Like, we're trying to get luxury items. Like, I can't forget, her senior trip wanted to be Hawaii. Why couldn't we go to another? We can't find another city in Florida. We couldn't go to Key West. No, she wanted something all way on the other Pacific. We got to go to the other ocean, not this ocean. We right next to the ocean, but nope, she want to go to the other ocean. And then when we get to the ocean in Hawaii, my child ain't going into the Ross and the Marshalls on that island. She want to go to the Chanels and the Birkins and the this and the that, and walk in there as if she gonna get something. And wonder why I'm not following her to the rest.
Exactly.
And she just graduated high school. Think she gonna get a Chanel bag. I know some of y'all parents do that, but tell me this. What did they earn? It was a high school goddamn diploma. They ain't got no job to pay no bills. It ain't giving no degree like that. But see, this is what we're doing. We're doing too much. We're giving them too soon. What are they working for? If you give them too much younger, they become spoiled brat. You know what you end up doing? You end up working too hard, exhausting yourself, trying to spoil this child that you're not giving them an opportunity to earn stuff for themselves. That's when I found my epiphany moment. I'm like, wait, whoa.
Okay.
Let me cut back. Let me start back. That was my epiphany moment because I allowed my daughter to think that. I allowed my daughter to where you can do this, but you can get this. So that was on me. So I had to tell back because I'm like you. I'm trying to have a life. I'm not going to work my butt off to get you a Chanel purse for a high school diploma.
And I think my epiphany moment is starting to be because my son feel like, okay, I can't do a lot of working and go to school at the same time. And I'm like, wait a minute. You at that age where, yes, you can do that because you don't have any kids and no other big responsibility. So I'm starting to see like, okay, if I keep letting him think he's unable to do that, then I'm like, okay, well, when is he gonna be able to pay more money? When are he gonna relieve me of some of the stress and the pressure of working so hard?
Right.
Is it ever gonna happen? So that's starting to be my pivotal moment. Am I gonna continue to have to keep doing this because he had to get it through his thick skull because I just made it so easy for him that he feel as though he can't work so hard and go to school at the same time or study at the same time. And no, yes, you can. A whole lot of people out there is doing just that.
Exactly.
So yes, you can definitely do that too. So I'm I'm working on him to get him out of that mindset. Yes. Because that has to go and pass at the age where you at. I can see if you just finished school and you went right into college and then you had that little attitude. Right. But at your age now, you got to do a little more multitasking to play a little more catch up. Right. So it's not no. So that's starting to be my pivotal moment for, getting him to change and be like, oh, maybe I'm definitely the overparent a little too much and I made it entirely too easy for him because he have a whole total mindset than what I was able to have when I was his age. Yep. So there's just things got to start changing. So that's when I really, definitely realizing how, I with overparenting, you can fail on a little bit as a parent as well. Yes. So you have to know how to, find ways now if you're not faced with this problem that we're faced with before it gets to this degree. Find ways now to control it. Because if you don't, it doesn't get any greater later. No. So eventually, you're going to have to figure out a way to put a stop to it. Yes. So I'm saying while they're in school, while they're a little younger, maybe work on ways now.
Because you will be stuck with them till they're 50, 60, 70. They ain't never going to leave you. You ain't never going to have a life. So like we said before, we want to have them hot girl summers when our kids are gone. We trying to get and maintain our hot girl summers. You can't do that when you're overparent, doing it too much for your kids. Because at the end of the day, you have to let them live their life. Yes, we got to sit back. Yes, I know it hurts. And you be like, ah. But we have to let them fail. We know it's going to happen. We get a direction. But I know with me, I started to give my daughter options. I said, we do this, you can't do that. If you do this, you can't do that. Because I'm the parent that I'm going to find a way. If you give me the challenge, challenge accepted. I'm going to figure, because again, I got my whole community because I do so much. When my daughter wants something, my community always pulls in. But I, as a parent, have to realize sometimes I don't need to go to my community because she don't need all that stuff. Yes. So sometimes my community will tell me, like, does she really need that? Because even they've had to pull me back and say, okay, look, sometimes you have to, like, okay, don't put stuff on others when your child does not need it. Because I know my community will come through either way it goes. But at the end of the day, does your child really need this? Why will you work so hard? Like with that Chanel bag. No, could I get that day? No. But if I know she deserved it and she did all the work and that was a challenge set and she did something well graded in a goddamn high school diploma, will I work and figure out a way to get it? Yes. But she ain't at that level. And that's what I had to realize. Yeah, it's a great gift. And then don't be doing stuff for your kids as to brag on social media. We on social media really don't care after a while.
Exactly. I mean, we're going to look at it then and be like, oh, well, that's nice. But after a while, we feeling like, God, why did they spend so much money? And what was the whole purpose of that? Whatever, reaction we decide that we're going to be in at that moment.
Right.
But key word, everything is at that moment. So after that, we really don't care.
No.
So, if you know good and well, you ain't at that where you can really afford it, you are that stable in your finance to where you can really afford that. I mean, truly afford that without other obligations that you have to do. Then please don't do all that. Yeah, if you can do that, if you can definitely do that, honey, then by all means. But at the same time, you don't have to brag about
it. Exactly. And be careful doing it. Even if you can't afford it, did your child earn it? Don't be just giving these kids, if they got bad grades, they ain't doing what they do. They're causing you stress out of this world. Why are you overachieving it to show them a better life? Yeah, you do want to show them a better life, but you want to make sure they got to work for it too. Don't be giving them. That's the first thing. I think we have to stop giving your kids the world. Let them work for it too. Yeah, show them things, but make them earn it. Because if you give them everything, that's what they're going to expect society to do. Because society ain't going to give it to them. And you say, oh, I want to show the world. I'm trying to build this generational wealth. That's great. But what are they working for? Because like they say, you give your kids, what they say, what's the old saying? You go to walking, your kids get a wagon. The wagon goes to a car. That fourth generation going to be back to walking. Why? Along the way, we've given them too much without them working for it. So we got to stop. Make our kids earn it. Just like some underparents, some other overparents, we're hurting our kids too. I know I was. I had to let mine. It's hard. Oh my God, it's still hard now. It's that word. It's that 2-letter word. Ooh, girl, saying it right now. I hurt my feelings right now. But I'm gonna say it. No. It's so hard.
Yes.
Them 2-letter words hurt. I don't even like to hear the word no.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't stand it.
Exactly.
I don't like nobody telling me no.
Exactly.
That's my saying. It's, to me, all I hear is not now and not with you.
Yep.
That's how I interpret it. But we have got to tell our kids no. Because they don't need every single thing. As I said before, their most valuable commodity to them is time.
Exactly.
Not stuff.
Exactly. And they're gonna need that time to figure it out. In my case, I can't continue to be my son a scapegoat, or easily pull that he can use, a crutch, as I should say, that he can use as a kickstand for. He, if we that type of parent, we have got to let them start figuring it out. let them continue to fall and keep working to pick themselves up.
Yes.
Because if we continue to do that, they're going to continue to make excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what mine do. He makes so many excuses. But if I could stop, as I'm slowly stop being there, then he's starting to say, okay, well, I'm just going to have to try this again. I'm going to just have to do this again. I got to just figure out this way.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to eventually be able to figure out a way.
Yeah. They want it bad enough.
Exactly.
Yep, you gotta let
but
them
if we
figure it out.
continue to be there and we continue to be their scapegoat or to allow them to use us as a crutch, then they're gonna keep making up them same excuses when they're not doing enough to put out there to achieve what they need to achieve anyway.
All right, or they'll keep pushing you to do the work. Like I know that's what I was seeing in my case. I was doing too much, trying to ride, trying to make sure my daughter is seamless as ever, and have no worries in the world, have the best childhood ever. But in that thing, I was not allowing her the same thing. I was not allowing her to fail, fall down. Hit the key word you said, sis. Let them pick themselves up, and they will get up.
They will. They definitely will. So with that being in mind, guys, we would like for you to comment and share something, share some moments, some your kids' experience if they, if they starting to be those type of kids that we have, or they are them type of kids that we have, whether they grown or whether they're teenagers or whether they still in their middle school ages, whatever the age may be. But please share with us, give us feedback, give us comments on it, like our post if you like it, and then let other people know about us and Perrine Porch, because we're here trying to give you very good content, very good dialogue on something that's relatable, we can all relate to, and we have all experience one way of another. So with that being said, I'm gonna let my sister take it away from the ending and do some promotions.
Right, and don't forget to check out the book, Perrine Porch Trail Stories, the first edition. Love to hear y'all feedback. And I just want to wrap up. Our kids aren't bad kids.
No, not
at
all.
They are very good kids. But we had to do some changes in order to make sure they become great kids.
Great kids. Exactly.
So that's what it is. So share your epiphany moment. And with that, love you, love our community, and share our content. And see you on the next episode.
Thank you. Have a good one.